Hey, it's Rue from VR. Music is amazing because humans, at times, are amazing. And in at least my definition of music, it's seen as the vessel in which an artist uses to express. Powerful outcomes in music, in at least my experience, are that of education. One that guides an individual into proper articulation and untangles the strings held in our souls gently into formation. One book I'd like to recommend is The Beat That Beat Apartheid. The Role of Music in the Resistance Against Apartheid in South Africa, written in 2008 by Anne Schumann. Here's a little excerpt of her writings.
Love me forever. That's all I ask of you.
A song I'd like to recommend would be Talking About Revolution by the artist Tracy Chapman, who only began writing the piece at 16, could you believe? Listen to her words, better than mine.
I'm Tracy Chapman, and I'm a local folk musician. I guess I have a tendency to approach a song either from intellectual or emotional standpoint. I wrote the song Talking About a Revolution when I was 16, and that was I guess that was my first year at boarding school, and it was a really difficult transition for me. I found that people at the school really didn't have a sense of where the scholarship students like myself, where we'd come from, and they also really didn't have much interest, and I was really angry about that. Mainly that a lot of them thought that, well, they just didn't think that people's lives people who didn't have money or who were working class, their lives weren't very significant, and that they also somehow couldn't make a change. But I feel that that's where changes come from, because that's where people are in most need.
Another and final artist I'd want to recommend would be Gil Scott-Heron, my guy. The revolution will not be televised. But also, many of his other works' content are so relevant and powerful today. Poems, songs, interviews, and speeches.
I was wondering about our yesterdays and digging through the rubble. And to say the least, somebody went to a hell of a lot of trouble to make sure that when we looked things up, we wouldn't fare too well, and we would come up with totally unreliable pictures of ourselves. But I've compiled what few facts I could, such as they are, to see if we could find out a little bit of something, and this is what I got so far. First, white folks discovered Africa. They claimed it fair and square. Cecil Rhodes couldn't have been robbing nobody, because hell, there wasn't nobody there. And white folks brought all the civilization because there wasn't none around. How could the folks be civilized when wasn't nobody writing nothing down? And just to prove all of their suspicions, well, didn't take too long. They found out that there were whole tribes of people in plain sight running around with no clothes on. That's right.
Well, that's 3 for 3 for me. But all I mean to say is that in the bleak times we currently are in, where hope is dim, music has proven to be a reliable aid. So stay swaggy and use it if you have the privilege to.